Hello everyone and welcome to today's morning report chart appraisals on Monday the 20th of November with me, AUDJPY market analyst at Hantec Markets. We've got a fairly interesting open really. I mean, we've had the German assets and the euro flying around all over the place. Coming on the news that the in Germany the coalition talks broke down over the weekend, and it just looks as though that Angela Merkel is not going to be able to form a coalition government, and therefore either they're going to have a minority government or they're going to have to be pushed into another round of elections. So the political uncertainty certainly hit the euro first up today, around about 60 odd pips down, but to be honest, it then has recovered quite quickly. It's now trading around flat on the day. Interesting moves also seen on the DAX as well, sharply lower on the DAX, but again the DAX has recovered as well. So DAX is currently 35 pips up on the day. So all these sort of knee-jerk reactions have basically already been unwound. And other than that, the markets are fairly stable, not a great deal going on. You've got equities that are broadly flat other than in Germany. You've got the pound is actually stronger. Now that strength in the pound has come on suggestions that the hardline euro skeptic stance, or hardline Brexit stance I suppose you'd say, from ministers such as Boris Johnson in the UK government is just easing slightly, and you've got the potential that they could be potentially supportive of an increased offer for the Brexit bill. So subsequently that sort of possibly moves the UK towards a softer Brexit, possibly oils the cogs towards going into the next round of talks for trade negotiations, and that helps sort of the process along. So subsequently sterling is higher. Now, other than that, we've got generally the dollar, which is again another currency that's been flying around a bit today. We've got well, we had a sharp move lower on Friday. That came on the back of Treasury yields falling back again. Treasury yields early doors today fell away, but then rebounded. So the market is still sort of uncertain as to exactly how tax reform is going to play out. That yield curve continues to flatten. That's as shown on the 2 to 10 spread, which is 61 basis points. Well, it was over 70, well, 73, 74 basis points last week. So it's incredible sort of flattening and move that we have seen, and that is impacting on sentiment across markets. But today fairly flat, so not a great deal going on. It's a pretty quiet week generally, and today is fairly sort of contained, other than this German issue. So in terms of economic data, we haven't really got any economic data of any note today. So let's move swiftly on to my chart of the day, which is the Aussie yen. Now this is two currencies here which I think are a significant reflection of risk appetite. Now what we have seen is Aussie yen sharply lower last week. It broke down below the key support of 85.45. That completed a top pattern which actually implies around about 400 pips of downside target. 400 pips from 85.45 is, broadly speaking, that 81.50 key April low. So it looks like the market is going to be sort of filling back into that sort of area in the coming months or so. Look at these momentum indicators, negatively configured across RSI, MACD lines, stochastics. Bit stretched on the RSI. Maybe you could get a bit of a near-term rebound. 85.45 is that neckline resistance now, but I think this is a fairly dynamic move, and I think rallies will quickly be seen as a selling opportunity. And this sort of reflects, as I said, the sort of risk-off appetite that markets are sort of in at the moment, as the concerns over tax reform continue to weigh on sentiment. Now, in terms of your hourly chart on Aussie yen, you do have these sort of this run of lower highs, lower lows, and it seems as though that the market continues to get sold into on strength. So you've got initial resistance 85.05, then 85.50. So anywhere between that, I think, is a pretty decent selling opportunity. That's where these moving averages currently reside, and yeah, I think that's a fairly decent level there to look for another selling opportunity. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.